Hi folks, Anders here, and today we are talking stabilization and gimbals. So, if you've seen any of my previous videos, not so much the ones I've been shooting on my Sony HX80, but ones I've been shooting on my phone, so a lot of the car boot ones, some from a while camping, and that kind of stuff. I use my phone a fair bit for doing video recording with, and whilst they have built-in stabilisation for video, they're not the greatest, to be fair. So I was looking online a couple of weeks ago and came across, I've already got a gimbal stabiliser for my GoPros, action cams, etc. I've got the Xiaomi Yi stabilisers, which is amazing. I posted some footage up onto my channel with that already. But I wanted something for use on my phone when I'm out and about. Now my Xiaomi Yi gimbal, hang on, I'll just grab. Here we are. Here's a lovely piece of kit. But it is literally only designed for action cameras. Because it'll fit in, if I show you, and it's a bit fiddly, kind of a bit fiddly. Well, all gimbals are a bit fiddly, to be fair, because the setup. But basically, so you put your camera in there, and yeah, and it does really, really nice stabilised footage. I've used my Yi, I've used my Dragon Touch Vision 4K with it. If you watch the 4K footage I did with that, it is really, really good. But a smartphone won't fit in that, and I didn't really want to spend a vast amount of money because that cost me $45 for the actual gimbal, plus £6 for the batteries because CEX didn't supply them. Good job. And CEX also didn't supply the charger. Good job. So I spent another £6 on the charger. So it cost me about hitting up £60. I didn't want to spend a huge amount of money more. There are some excellent gimbals out there, but there's some really sort of decent budget ones as well. So I had a look around online, and I came across one, a few reviews of it. It's a 2-axis rather than a 3-axis, and it's this one, which is the X-Cam Sight 2 Creative Sight. This one was packaged by Gizmo Vine, but they're from various different companies, and they just repackage them and rebrand them. This came from CEX. Always dubious about buying online from them because I've had some bad experiences. You know what I'm talking about. But it was £18 for a stabiliser, which, to be fair, sounds a really good price. It was an A grade, so it means it should come boxed and stuff like that, and be fresh and minty new. And apart from the box being a bit shabby, it's alright. Disclaimer, I know this is a box opening video, but I've already opened it, I've already charged it, and I've already tested it, because I will say with these, they're fiddly. Anyway, let's move on. So I'll move the camera over. Hopefully you can see this, because the light is terrible today. Sadly, it's Wednesday, and it was going to be adventure-y, well, Woodland Wednesday, setting up a new tarp and trying that out and doing some bushcraft, but it's horrible. Absolutely horrible. It's a stinker out there. This morning it was 3 degrees and wet and windy when I dropped my daughter at school. Right, so in the box it comes with a handy dandy QR code on the back to scan for the app. I've installed the app before, but I'll reinstall it again to show you. You don't really need it, but it can be useful. So fetching it out. Let's tilt you down a bit because you don't want to see my ugly face, you want to actually see what's in the box. Okay, so opening up, we have the box. Then we actually open it out further more. And there's another little insert. I think. Inside the insert there is a charging cable. It's micro USB. I'm not going to fetch that out because, yeah. And then this is the actual weird and wacky device. We'll get to that in a second. We'll put that there. It also comes with a very basic instruction manual. Also comes with a handy dandy little furry pouch. Giggly. And also comes with what we've got a certificate in here, X-Cam Creative Site certificate. And the white needs a certificate. This product has passed according to technical requirements, packaging, blah 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 blah. And it also comes with another QR code, scanning code thingy for instructions on how to set up the camera. Now, setting up this thing is a pain. I will show you quickly how to do so, but there are much better videos on YouTube of being able to set it up. The X-Site ones, to be fair, if you Google if you go onto YouTube and type in X-Site cam setup, there's some quite a few different instructional videos. So yeah, it comes with that. It also comes with somewhere, yes, in the side a little bit here, 2 extra little blocks, because it's designed for smartphones for up to 5.5 inch screens, but if you've got a smaller phone like a the smaller iPhone, like the 4s, 5s, something like, I don't know iPhones, but the smaller phones, you use those little pads and you can stick it on. Right, so this is the actual device. So it works as a handheld gimbal. I mean, this isn't new. Well, like I say, this is second hand, but it was pretty much new, and it's still got the peely, which I'm going to peel off because it's really satisfying doing it. Go. There is something so satisfying about peeling those things off. I know you should leave them on to protect the finger and that, but hey, this was 18 quid, I don't really care. Right, so this is the actual device. So on the top there is a power button, and you press that and it will do power things, make vibrating stuff because it's not set up. I'll turn it off a bit because it'll confuse it all. It's got the standard charger on there, let's say micro USB, and it's got a tilt mechanism on there. That also actually works as a Bluetooth shutter if you install the app. I'll take a photo of it. Right, so I've already set this up and kind of calibrated it, and I know roughly where the camera's going to go because it's a bit of a faff to get it working. When it does work, and I will switch to some of the stabilised footage in a bit, you'll be able to see the work that it does, and it is good. But it does take a little bit longer than, say, my Xiaomi one or some of the other ones to actually configure. And I will give you that fair one, because when I first got it, I thought, hey, this is broken, and it was completely busted. And it was only when I had to watch like the setup videos on how to do it that I finally figured out, oh yeah, you do it like this. Right, so the first thing that you need to do with one of these, so let's put you there. Let's put this here and tilt you down a bit. Okay, so this is not going to work on here simply because this is not a flat surface. That's my settee, it's slightly tilted. Okay, let's put you back on the windowsill. Okay. Right, there you go. Lovely view of my coffee. And my stomach. Okay, right. So the very first thing you need to do before you switch it on is open your little flappy dudes. Now this will work by like this. Okay, so you will hold it with this hand, well, with your favoured hand, and it will work like that. And you do. But the very first thing you need to do is make sure it's all clipped down and sat down like that. So you've got a picture there. So you know the arrow means up, that's the top, right? So you've got to put your phone in. Now what I've actually done with this is I've put 2 little marks onto my phone as to where it's centralised on the actual thing, because this is where it does get really tricky. You have to balance it in 2 separate ways. So you put your phone in, clip it in, pretty much like a selfie stick, it's really straightforward. First thing that you have to do to make sure of is when it's on a flat surface, is put it in and make sure it doesn't tilt one way or the other too much. And they say something like 30 degrees. Now I know that mine needs to go a little bit more that way, and that should relatively be set for my camera. See, it's not really going too much to the left or too much to the right, it's just kind of holding in place. That's the first calibration that you want. And again, you do all of this before it's switched on. So it's nice and steady. It needs to be nice and balanced. And I think, to be fair with this, once you've done it a few times, it should be relatively straightforward. And I'm hoping, now I've used this a few times as well, should be straightforward. Your next step, and I'll tilt up for this one, is you have to fetch it out. So you've got it stabilised like that. So if I hold it steady now, see that is relatively, it's not turning too much to the left or too much to the right. It's kind of holding in place, which is what you want. The next one is you open it out like so, and then you have to tilt it like so. Let's show you this way. Okay. So hold it in that hand there, and again you want it so it's not tipping down like that or not tipping too much like that. And to do this, you adjust this arm here and pull it out that way or in that way. And you've got to do it until it's balanced. And I kind of figured mine to be about like that. Okay. So as you can see now, the phone is slightly off at the moment. It's still a little bit too weighted. So we'll adjust it a bit more. And again, it is real trial and error with this. It will take a while to figure it. But once you've got it working, it's really good. Okay, so can you see now? Now this is without it even being switched on. The phone's kind of holding place. It's tilting a bit, but not too badly. And it's holding in place. So then what you do is once you've got it like that, it's tilting a bit, but it's kind of stable, which is what you want. So then you switch it on. So you press the button there, and it's on. And now, can you see, that phone is pretty stable. It's not going anywhere, and you can adjust a fair bit either way, which is good. Right. So then once you've got that all set up, then you want to set your phone up. So if I now put you this way, I've got a message, I don't care who my message is from, and we'll swipe away from that. Go away. Okay, right, so again, you can see, if I move that a bit there, you know, that's pretty solid, you know, that's pretty good. Now this is a two-way axis gimbal, not a three-way one, which means it does the up and down, and it does that angle, but it doesn't do a left and right stabilization. It kind of well, to save money sort of thing, and to, like, you know, just make it kind of a bit more user friendly and easy to use. But that does mean if you're running them doing forward motion and stuff like that, you will get a bit of wobble side to side like that. But your trade-off is your up and down movement, and your tilt movement like that is a heck of a lot better. So what we'll do, you set up your camera. I'll put it onto the ultra-wide lens on this one. This is why I love my LG phone. The battery's trash, but the camera on it is phenomenal because it's got that ultra-wide GoPro lens on it, which is really good. Right, so you can see that, you know, it's pretty good. Right, so this is going to be fun to try simply because I'm holding the camera in that hand and I'm holding this camera in this hand. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you doing some movement with it, and then I'll actually switch to that footage as well. Okay, so you can also, if you look here, the little thumbstick that's there as well, you can use it for tilting it down and tilting it up. So you can actually fix the position. So if I put it to about level now, so that's about straight. Right. But what you can do, so you can't really see there, so if I turn it on its side like that so it's stable, but you can tilt it so it tilts up or it tilts down. It does put a lot more strain onto the actual camera itself, well, not the camera, it's the gimbal itself, stabilizer, but you can if you don't want a perfectly flat angle. So there we go, right? So what we'll do is press record, and then we're recording. So then you can move around. Now you're going to get wobble from this camera that I'm holding in my hand that I'm filming on at the moment, but the actual gimbal itself is holding really steady. Right, if I put this down a second, I can actually show you. So if I can do that, and up and down, I can tilt like that. Yeah, see? That way and that way, that's where it isn't stabilising. But for your up and down, you know, that's nice. Yeah. So let's move you around a bit more. So again, it's really stabilising that footage. Okay, let's put you back down a second. So, excuse me. So yeah, it does a really nice job. And again, this was £18. I think we've still got a few in stock online. I think they retail at about 50 quid, brand new on like Amazon and AliExpress. You can't go further than that, and you can't tilt further than that, but why would you need to? But you can tilt that and all the way, so if you wanted to do low shots on it as well, get all the way down to like that and tilt all the way around to like that. See? And actually all the way around, whoop, don't drop, to there as well. So you've got a really wide range of motion for there. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to, hello, 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 and deception. Right, I'm going to pause this video for a second. I'm going to do a quick test footage with this, and I'll show you some movement with it as well, and show you some of those stabilisation. Then also I'll show you, I'll do the same route roughly, but without the actual gimbal and me handheld, and you can see how shockingly unstable my hands actually are. And you've seen that in the other footage anyway. Right, so I'm going to pause this one, I'm going to pause this one, and I'll see you in a bit with this footage, and then we'll flip back to that one. That makes sense? Makes sense to me. Back in a second. Yeah. Right, so this is me actually using the XCam Sight 2 creative sight. And this is, yeah, just a quick test of walking around with the actual thing. Ignore the mess everywhere. I live in chaos. It's just my life. So this is with the actual thing. So you can swoop up, you can go really, really high up to the ceiling. You can swoop down like so. You can move up like that. And the movement of it is really, really fluid. Yeah. Oh, that was me knocking it. Ignore that. Again, you can go around, and it does a really nice job. We can go up the stairs, so see it works upstairs. Dum, 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 dum. Bit of a jump there, not too bad. Some books, there's some dragons, and back down the stairs. There we go, what about a quick run? Run, run, run. It's like an obstacle course. And back again. Okay, right, so that is a footage with the X-Sight 2. And tilting it all the way around. So if I just put you in the mirror at the moment, you can see the actual movement that I'm doing. The thing itself. So I'm doing all of that, and it is pretty smooth footage. Oh, and I've lost calibration for it, because it does sometimes, to be fair, if you go too far too quick. Alright, so that's footage with. Yep, so I'll be back in a sec, and I'm going to show you some footage without any kind of stabilisation, with just me hand holding. So I'll see you in a second. So this is me hand holding my camera, well, my phone, without the gimbal, and you can see the footage. I mean, this is really holding it relatively still, but not really, because I want this to be a realistic thing. I wasn't really being particularly smooth with the last one. Down, sweep up, around into the kitchen. So this is, again, this is me holding it just with my hand. No selfie stick or anything like that. So we'll go up the stairs. Bum, 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 bum. There's the dragons, there's the books, and back down. And we'll try a quick run. And stop. So yeah, so this is footage without. So you can obviously see it's not 100% accurate comparison, because it's not 100% the same steps. But this is without. So yeah, you make your mind up. Which footage looks the better? You tell me in the comments below. I mean, none of them look great, 'cause it's got me in it. And nobody wants to see me. But hey, well, 131 subscribers do. Hey. Right, so now I'm going to flip back to
my actual HX80 camera, and we'll finish off this review. See you in a bit.
Okay folks, and we're back to the actual original camera. I've still got this plugged in, I'm not using it at the moment. So, I've just posted just recorded the 2 bits of footage of me running about the house and going up and down the stairs with this on and just with hand holding the camera. And let me know what you think about the footage and which one looks better. I'm pretty confident that this is going to look better because I'm shockingly terrible at holding a camera still, as you've seen from some of my previous footage. So I'm hoping that this will improve that somewhat. The only downside, obviously, to this is like when I'm filming at car boots and things like that. Let's just turn this off for a second because we're wasting the battery. Is I like to be kind of discreet, and I'm not always, you know, if you've got that and you're walking around that, it's not as discreet as when you're kind of walking around, and I normally walk around my phone next to me like that. And you know, nobody really pays that much attention. So the trade-off to it is, you know, you're going to be more noticed with that if you're walking around. So it's not really good for stealth footage, but for a lot of other scenarios and stuff, like if I'm hiking and stuff like that, you know, this is ultra compact. The whole thing is that, plus your phone on top of it. You know, that's tiny and it's super lightweight as well. I don't know the exact weight. Let's get the specs of it on here. No. No. Product parameters. Yeah, weight 189 grams. That's really lightweight. You know, my Manfrotto Pixie tripod is probably heavier than that. So it is lightweight, it is compact. You know, it pulls out. And aside from the initial configuration bit, which does take a bit of faff, yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I don't know how long the battery life is. Does it say? It says charging time 2 to 3 hours, working duration 2 to 5 hours constantly, depending on phone weight. So obviously the heavier phone, the more harder it's got to work, and that's where calibrating it comes into it as well. The more you can calibrate it and get it to be spot on perfect on those 2 axes, the better it's actually going to be for battery life for it. But yeah, it's pretty good. And again, you know, in the box it comes with a little baggie, little furry pouch, all the extra little bits and things. It has got all the instructions on how to set up the Bluetooth configuration for it. Okay, that's it. I'm sorry this bit took so long. I might try and edit some of that stuff out because it did take a while to sort out. But yeah, would I recommend, finally, as an end to this video, would I recommend the X-Cam? Let's get the box up. But the X-Cam Sight 2 Creative Sight. This is by Gizmo Vine, but it's available from other manufacturers. Would I recommend it? Do you know what? I actually really would, because once it's set up, and I have looked at some previous footage that I've recorded on it, and it is nice, smooth footage. Again, it's lightweight, it's compact. Yeah, I'd recommend this. Definitely. For the price I paid, and if you can get one second hand for like 20-25 quid, so this was £18 plus, I think it was like £1.50 postage for an A grade, so that's, you know, as new condition from CEX. I definitely recommend it. It's a lot more lightweight compared to my Xiaomi one. It's actually less time consuming to set up. That's about when you have to screw the camera into it. This one you just clip it like a selfie stick. And just for quick and convenience, you know, it'd be alright. And again, just for... I don't often use my phone for video, because I've got lots of other cameras that do video really well. But, yeah. Right, that's it. Let's turn this off. It's going to go bloop. It's all full sound sad. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Let me know what you think. What do you think of the footage when I splice it all together? You know, do you think it makes a difference? Because I think it will. I really will. I will do a full review of this one at some point, my Xiaomi one. But for today, yeah, just something to try, something new. So yeah, thanks for watching as always. If you like this video, you know what to do by now. The channel died a bit and dropped numbers, and it's growing again. I got like 131 subs. It's not huge, but hey, yeah, I appreciate it. I appreciate all the watches and comments and stuff, and some of you are regularly commenting stuff. Don't forget I'm doing a giveaway. on my May the 4th video, that ends on Saturday, you can win one of those awesome pewter cast things, Star Wars things, which I did. Yeah, go onto that video, instructions on how to win are on there, get to the 17-minute mark and it'll tell you. Yeah, it's May the 4th Star Wars special one, because they cast all these little bad boys, which are awesome. Yeah, see you in the next video, take it easy, have a wonderful day whatever you're up to, and I'll see you soon.